Good day, movie fans, and welcome to the latest episode of the Summer Movie Box Office Game. Today, we are going to be dealing with the weekend opening box office from the weekend of the June 19th to the 21st. Joining me for this particular episode are two of the three contestants in our game that actually had movies opening this weekend, and that would be both Candace and Daniel.
Woo!
Yo, still here every damn
Yep,
week.
still
It's my last week for a while
exactly.
though. Oh no, I think
For a
I'm back
while,
next
exactly.
week. And then
We'll
yeah.
we'll get into that in a while. Yeah. All right. So as we always do, we start off with anyone seen anything new? What about you, Daniel? You get to see anything this past week?
This past week, the last thing I watched that I saw was what was it? It was damn it, He-Man, Masters of the
Right.
Universe.
Masters of the Universe. Okay.
I saw it twice.
Right.
'Cause, once is never enough for me.
But you saw it in which version of it did you see this time?
So I saw it. It's a fair question. What did I see? And I saw it in 3D as well as normal.
Okay.
So it was fine in both.
All right.
Nothing special about it though. It was just fun to watch. It's just a really funny movie, especially watching it with I saw it with the second time with a real big He-Man fan. So
Excellent.
that
Excellent.
that,
That's
that was
good.
good
That's
for
good.
giggles.
So you got all
Yeah.
the extra Easter eggs.
Well, having known a lot of them in advance was a real help for me to see more, but to see his reaction to them was just unbelievable. I mean, he was through the moon. It was awesome. And I enjoyed it. So I
There you
mean,
go. Excellent.
you have to love the end when oh, I'm so bad with names. I'm afraid I'm having a horrible night. When Orko comes out,
Orko. Yeah. Yeah.
that was just mind blowing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good for everything.
How about you, Miss Candace? What have you seen since last we spoke?
Well, I did not make it to the cinema at all, but I did watch 6 movies in the last week. Um, so I'm still working on the
What is some sort of challenge?
yeah, I'm working on the birth year challenge where I have to watch. I don't
Ah,
have to. To take part in the challenge, you do this thing. Some people complain that I keep saying I have to do things. It's like you say you have to do things. I'm like,
yep.
it's, it's a responsibility that I've placed on myself. Sure, but I still have to
Exactly.
do
Yep.
it.
Hey,
Um,
you're preaching to the choir here
yeah,
with that sort of
yeah,
thinking. Yeah.
Personal obligations are valid.
exactly. But so I'm trying to watch 50 movies from 1976, which is the year I was born. I'm turning 50 this
Right.
year, and my birthday is coming up in like 6 weeks, 8 weeks. I
Oh.
haven't done the
Okay.
math.
Okay.
I think 6 weeks actually. And so I'm a little bit behind. I was only at about like 20 or so. So I knocked a bunch of them off. Um, I watched two like blaxploitation films, which were
Okay. Yeah.
really fun. I mean, really fun in like a weird. So Black Shampoo is like the height of blaxploitation. It's just exactly what
I
you
don't think I know
expect.
that one.
Well, so you know the movie Shampoo, where Warren
Mm-hmm,
Beatty
mm-hmm.
plays
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
hairdresser who sleeps with everybody. Just add
Yeah.
black to it. It's so this is like literally like the height of blaxploitation, where they're like, we're not even trying anymore because black people are just going to come out for movies with black people in them. What a shock. And so they just even like stopped working on like making good stories, and so it's literally just like it's shampoo, but it's black shampoo. So the guy
So
owns
I
I'd say
see.
it's a carbon copy of.
it's actually really not, because the
Oh, okay. Good.
actual,
Good.
but it's a hairdresser who owns his own thing. He sleeps with everybody.
Okay.
Because it's an exploitation film, we get to see lots of sex scenes. I'm really, because I'm watching so many films from 76, I'm really becoming like more and more intrigued by sex scenes from the 70s because I'm like, I know that they
Yeah.
don't have any of the like tools that we have now. Like, what's happening right here? How uncomfortable
Oh,
are
I see.
people?
I see.
Who's touching
Right.
what? Like, you
Right.
know, I just become very clinical about it. I'm like, how are they keeping space between things? What's going on? But yes, so there was a lot of sex scenes, but his secretary, um, it becomes kind of like a sort of like a rape revenge thing. So
Okay. Yeah.
he falls for his secretary. His secretary turns out has like run away from some like rich guy who basically felt like he owned her. Um, and you know, they keep showing up at the hairdressers to rough everybody up to get the secretary to come back. And yes, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't
Okay.
good. I think most people sort of uh, felt like, oh, this feels like a porn movie, only without the sex. So, like, no plot
Gotcha.
and no sex, lots of saxophones. Yeah. I
For a
enjoyed it
porn
though.
movie.
It's how I spent, how I celebrated Juneteenth by watching blaxploitation films. I also watched JD's Revenge, which is actually a very good film where a guy in New Orleans goes to a hypnotist sort of show, ends up getting possessed by JD, who was killed in the 40s, who was kind of like, it's kind of a
Oh,
mobster, like numbers runner. But he was killed along with his sister. And he deserves some revenge, even though he's actually just kind of like a really bad guy. But, you know, bad things can happen to bad people also.
gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So I myself got to see one of the movies on our list that actually opened this weekend. I went to a half decently filled theater for an 11 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. I went to see Toy Story 5. I'd have to say that while it was very entertaining and, of course, a visual masterpiece to watch and all that, probably not the best story out there to begin with. I mean, not to give too much away, but Woody doesn't need to be in this movie. And during like an interview I saw with the cast and all that sort of thing, the interviewer brought up the fact that there was originally a storyline that didn't have Woody in it, and of course Tom Hanks and voice of Buzz Lightyear Tim Allen made jokes about that particular version, all that sort of thing. But yeah, no, this doesn't need to be a Tom Hanks, and it's not. It's definitely it is a Jesse
Hmm.
storyline. We're not introduced to any new. We're introduced to like three new toys. This particular. Well, we have a handful of new toys, but they don't have personalities because they're just tertiary characters and all that sort of thing. But we're introduced to three new toys again, but we're still trying to throw in cameos of every other character that has appeared. There's a scene when we introduce Woody into the picture where Duck and Bunny from the previous movie, which were the really big hits, basically have no lines whatsoever. We barely hear from Annie Potts as Bo, who like shows up with Woody to go to the household, and then she just takes off and then comes back at the end of the movie. Kaboom, Keanu Reeves returns for like three lines of his character and all that sort of thing.
Mm.
It's
Do you
kind of
think they're
hard
actually like, are they just reusing lines they didn't use from the other movies, do you think?
with the minimal amount that's said. I would not doubt that a lot of the stuff, especially from Duke Kaboom, is that what his name was? No, no, Kaboom, whatever the
Yeah.
Canadian stuntman that Keanu Reeves plays. Yeah, his is all could be just throwaway lines that like, hey, let's just say a bunch of these lines and then hold on to them for prosperity. I do find it still kind of creepy to hear Slinky Dog and Mr. Potato Head still talking, even though both actors have long passed away. I haven't really compared the voices and all that sort of thing because it's kind of hard to a movie still in the theaters to compare to what it actually is, but it's kind of neat. We have like one line from Hammy, like the John Ratzenberger has one line in this movie, and that's it. Rex maybe has a couple of lines as well, but like we deal with Jesse, we deal with Buzz as there's a secondary story that meets up with the main storyline of a crap load of Buzz Lightyears
Yeah.
becoming sentient and all that sort of thing, which is kind of a cute thing, which could have been a really cool separate story on to its own. But it I did not shed a tear. I did not feel my throat welling up. There were some emotional moments in it and all that sort of thing because you know as the father of a young daughter and all that, knowing some of the things that our main character of the girl that
Bonnie.
inherits Bonnie,
Bonnie.
yes, that inherits
I've
the
never seen
toys.
any of these movies, by the way. Well,
Yeah.
sorry, I've seen the first one, but none of the other ones.
Yeah.
But I just can't get away from. I know all the actors, all the names. It's
Yeah,
just...
exactly. But again, there's a bit of an emotional thing with that, knowing how difficult it is for a child that's not the norm to try and gain friendship. It's basically the meaning of the main through line of her story and all that sort of thing. But again, from what we have from the box office, everyone else went to see that movie, so it was really yeah. So but yeah, I mean, I'm glad I got to see it in the theater, but I don't think I would have. If I had known that it was going to be like that in the limited time that I had to be in the theater this weekend, I probably would have gone to see Obsession instead. But unfortunately, I chose
poorly.
I wouldn't say
you chose
poorly.
poorly.
I wouldn't say I chose poorly. I just like in kind of. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I probably would have preferred to have seen Obsession instead. But anyways, that being said, part of the game is we just deal with the money that all these movies make over the run of the entire summer. And to begin the game, every single episode we run through the domestic box office for the previous weekend. Now, of course, we are just dealing with the actual opening weekend, the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of the movies that came out, and that's what we're going to our list. So when we come up to our top 10, we have at number 10 for this past weekend, we have Michael, which came in with $2.1 million. In ninth place, premiering this particular weekend, is The Death of Robin Hood, which made domestically $2.6 million. In eighth place is Leviticus.
Leviticus.
I think, you know what? After re-listening to the edit, I think I mispronounced it like 3 times and all that sort of thing. I think one time I accidentally let the wrong pronunciation go through, but that brought in $2.7 million. In seventh place is The Mandalorian and Grogu, which brought in $3.9 million. Sixth place is Masters of the Universe with $5.5 million. Scary Movie 6 is in fifth place with $6.7 million. Fourth place is Backrooms with $7.3 million. Third place, Obsession with $14.2 million over the past weekend. Second place was last week's number one, Disclosure Day, with $17 million. And the number one movie opening this weekend is Toy Story 5 with $160 million domestically this weekend. So out of the whole entire list of our players, that movie goes to Mitch, who unfortunately cannot join us for this particular recording. I believe Dan had Death of Robin Hood, and Leviticus was Candace's, but Candace also had
Girls Like Girls, which made like 1.6 million, which is more than I thought it was going to make, actually.
Exactly, just out of the top 10. I mean, I was also going to point that I should have written down. I do have the number written later on. I think it's 1.6 is what it made, which is quite impressive for a movie that, again, we're not expecting to do that. Yeah. So far we're doing really good. Everyone has half decent numbers out there to begin with. Dan still has looking forward to this particular weekend because this upcoming weekend has quite a big showing of movies. And that would be not only do we have Mitch with Jackass 5 opening on the weekend of the 26th and 28th, but Supergirl is Daniel's pick. Candace, do you have a movie? You mentioned you had a movie this weekend.
I do not. I couldn't remember whether or not I did, but I do not, and I am not back until August.
So. No, you're gone for that long?
Yep.
Oh, well, yep. As I look at this really quickly,
back,
you don't have anything until the 7th.
I literally
you have four movies on that weekend.
All four movies that open that weekend I own. Yeah. That was it was poorly planned on my part.
Spread it out.
It happens every once in a while. All right. So the main big play of this game is to take the worldwide box office, because that's where we get the really big numbers, when we have the entire world getting involved with the money and all that sort of thing. So what we do is we refer to the Box Office Mojo Top 200, where they take the whole entire list of every movie that comes out in this particular calendar year and basically give you a running total of what they've been making from the day that they opened.
Okay.
So as we run through our list, and what was that?
I said, show me the money.
Yeah, exactly. So what we're going to do is we're just going to run through the list of the 17 movies which have currently, that are part of our game, that have currently opened, and how they are allocated on this list of 200. So in 8th place with is Mandalorian and Grogu with $321.7 million. Premiering on the top 200 in 9th place is Toy Story 5 with a worldwide grand total of $312 million. So as of this particular time, that is the biggest opening weekend any of our movies have had so far this year. In 10th of 200 is Backrooms with $272.7 million. 15th place is Scary Movie 6 with $201.9 million. 18th place is Disclosure Day with $160.4 million. Forgot to carry the decimal place over there. In 27th place is Masters of the Universe, which has pulled in $86.3 million. Next on our list is 47th place Passenger with $31 million. Followed by 66th place, The Breadwinner with $19.3 million. 70th place sees Pressure with $17.5 million. And 97th place has I Love Boosters with $9.4 million. And jumping onto the 200 list after not being below the 200 threshold is Stop That Train at 190 and 189th place with $3.2 million. All right, so every other movie that we have on our list, it falls below the 200 and just barely under the 200 mark, because there's a huge amount of movies between Stop That Train. Well, there's only 11 movies that are, but it's just a small little amount that puts Power Ballot at $3.2 million as well. Leviticus has $2.7 million. The Death of Robin has $6 million. Girls Like Girls has $1.6 million. And then the bottom of the barrel, which are my two movies, are Corporate Retreat at $381,000 and Coraline with $263,000. So
it's Caroline.
Oh my God! I even slowed down. I just slowed down to try and say it properly, and I still messed it up.
Just stop and think. South Carolina.
Exactly what I had done, but for some reason it still came out wrong yet again.
Every time, Coraline.
Every time, of course, yes. Because I always want to say Coraline first, and then I have to correct myself because of the movie Coraline, right?
Yeah, well, I know how to say Caroline.
Yeah. I know, yes, exactly. That's where the mix-up usually comes into play. All right, so when we take all of our grand totals and pile them up into our own individual listings of who owns what movies and whatever running totals everything has, we have in 4th place with $23.4 million is Dan.
Woo!
In 3rd place with $278.5 million is myself, Troy. Because of the Toy Story 5, Mitch jumps up to 2nd place with $321.4 million. Leaving number 1 place with $823.3 million is Miss Candace.
I really hoped I'd break $1 billion before my month-long break.
Exactly.
Before your summer holidays.
I know. I'm like, I just gotta break $1 billion, and then like you guys can catch up for a while.
Exactly. So the group total right now, again, this is a running total, is a really impressive number for the 17 films, like I said, that are currently involved in our game is $1,446,857,355. So quite an impressive number, because I believe at this point last year, where we actually had 3 extra weeks involved in the game, I don't even think we were at that amount to begin with. So yes, as the rumors are true, well, I wouldn't say the rumors, but the reports are true that the box office returns are starting to return to pre-pandemic numbers, which is always a nice thing to see, especially when we got people like us that love going to see movies to begin with and all that. So yeah. All right. So like we already established, we have both Supergirl and Jackass 5 coming out next week. So hopefully we'll see if we can get maybe Mitch to come in to talk about his Jackass 5 experience. And then we have what's probably going to be another spiking weekend with what do you think, Dan? What do you think Supergirl is going to do next weekend?
It won't be as big as Toy Story 5, but it's going to be better than Masters of the Universe.
yeah, I can see that. I can see it matching Scary Movie's opening weekend. I can see it bringing in that really impressive, like $610 million. But yeah, no, I don't think we're going to be seeing.
But it'll still be running against Toy Story.
Yeah, no, it'll definitely make money against Toy Story. That is for sure.
That's going to lose money to Toy Story, probably.
Yeah.
So, okay, so did you see in Toronto they have the Supergirl flying high with Crypto pulling the boat?
Yes, pulling the boat. Yes, exactly. Yeah. The ferry, right? It was one of the ferries, right?
I think so.
No,
yeah.
What was it being pulling? What was it? Yeah. I
didn't really.
Yes, I have seen it. I don't remember the details all of a sudden. All right. Do you got anything else you want to add to this, Candace, for your farewell for a couple of long weeks, actually?
Yeah. No, wish me luck. I still have like 30 movies from 1976 to watch.
Exactly.
So,
yeah,
and
exactly.
then by August 1st, I'll start my horror movie challenge, my annual
Yay,
one. So I'm just like challenging it up, basically. I'm just from here on until the end of the year, it's just all movie challenges for me.
Yeah. And don't forget, if you ever see any of these new movies being released, you're welcome to hop on to tell us what you think about it, or drop us a little voice message about whatever movie you just saw, and we'll compare it to our notes and all that sort of thing. But yeah, so you're never really that far away from this, because you're one of my go-tos when it comes to these podcasts. All right. What about you, Dan? You looking forward to some Supergirl action this weekend?
I am. It's a bit challenging. It's my anniversary weekend, so things got harder than I was really, because I don't really put dates and things together a lot of times. So suddenly it clicks going, oh, wait, yeah, my anniversary. Yeah, that's going to screw things up for me.
Oh, no. Okay. We'll have to talk offline about that. So, yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Candace. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, audience, for joining us here. Again, come back next week when we do this all over again. I'll be hosting every single episode. You'll always be hearing my voice, and we'll see what the numbers hold for next week. So until next time, see you at the box office.
This has been the Summer Movie Draft, a Planet Geek production. Please be sure to subscribe, download, comment, share, rate, and review. You can follow Planet Geek Productions on all of our social medias. Through Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Tumblr, and Letterboxd, search for Planet Geek Productions. On X, former Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky, search for Planet Geek Pod. Or you can send us an email at planetgeekpod@gmail.com. If you'd like to contribute to our GoFundMe, or just buy us a coffee, check out our GoFundMe and Ko-Fi links in the description. Thanks for tuning in.